So recently I bought a Olympus stylus. Let's see exactly what it says. Olympus stylus TG tracker, and this is a 4K camcorder that we're thinking about lending out as part of our fleet. And this is a weighs probably about less than half a pound as a camcorder. And recently had an opportunity to take this camcorder with me and test it out and see how durable and see how it would function out in the field. And I did what probably I think most students would do, as I took it in a normal case, and as I went off and did my traveling, I switched it to a different form and I put it into something a little bit more portable when I traveled. And I took with me an extra battery and the power cord and the SD card. And as for on the trip, I had 2 batteries charged and had the extra battery with me, and I never tapped into the other battery. I'm not one to do a lot of recording when I'm out and about. I look at particular things and I record what I find is interesting and I turn it right back off. So I sometimes got down close to the end of the day and had maybe about probably a quarter left of the battery. I don't do a lot of recording when I'm out and about. So maybe other people would have to tap into that second battery, but I did not. The other thing that I did when I traveled, I actually did put the camcorder just as double protection for it into a sock, and then put it in that bag, and that just kind of helped protect it. I don't know if students are going to do that, but that's what I did to protect it. One of the things after having this in my possession and using it over about, I guess, about 16 days, 14 days worth of recording, there is a protective lens on here, and there are just maybe a few little small scrapes on it. So in and out of my bags and in and out of probably in and out of the car, in and out of my pocket. There's going to be little scrapes here and there. Nothing you can actually see on the recordings though. So we're going to probably see scrapes here and there on this little protective lens when students return it. So it's just a certain point we're going to probably have to figure out when we're going to have to replace these lenses. Just something to think about. Most of the time when I was recording with this device, I attached it to a monopod, so I just simply screwed it on and simply, for security reasons, put my hand through the strap and then held it like this. So I recorded a lot of it simply just holding it like that. And that's a lot of my recording, so I'm going to show a lot of my footage that I shot and giving you kind of an idea of what I ran this camcorder through its paces. So a lot of the footage you'll see, I actually shot it just exactly how I'm holding the camcorder like this. A lot of times though, I had the full extension of the monopod out and I was using it as a walking stick, just to throw that out there. Also, at times, I actually had the camcorder attached to a flotation device, because there were times where we're by water, and anytime anybody goes by water, you should have some kind of flotation device attached to it. So on the back of this, you'll see there is a way to thread this on there. Just thread that through there, and that attaches like that, and then that attaches like that. By the way, this is my personal one. We have these also that students can borrow, but this happens to be my personal one. So I want handheld, so I'd strap that around that, and then I would hold the camcorder like this, it would simply, if I would let go of it or drop it, it is not going to go anywhere. So if I would be going handheld, I would not go with it just simply bare-handed like that. I would strap it to my wrist, so if something would go wrong, got bumped, I would not drop it. Also, if it dropped out of my hand by water, it would obviously float with the flotation device. And a couple times you're going to see some of the footage. I was on roller coasters, and when you're on roller coasters, they allow you to bring camcorders on, but it has to be strapped to your body, and they got to make sure it's not going to come off, and they actually pull on it to make sure it didn't come off my body. So those are the things I brought to actually attach to this device and help me record. So you're going to be seeing some of the footage that I shot with this. Everything was in 4K mode. I kept all the footage in 4K, and so here's some of the footage. So running the camcorder through the paces, a lot of times we stuck it out the sunroof of the car. These first two things, we were out in the desert and the temperature was pretty hot, pretty dusty. 116 degrees and the wind feels like it's burning your face. It kind of picks up, it feels like an oven. We're at 6,000 feet above sea level, and it's about 69 degrees right now. Being small and lightweight, you can see you can kind of stick the camcorder anywhere with the monopod and kind of look up things. And also being small and lightweight, head at the end of the monopod, stick it up high. And you can also see that it's waterproof. In a lot of the shots I was had it up way above my head on the monopod. And more waterproof moments. Very cold water. And a lot of places we were at, it was super windy. That microphone is going to pick up any kind of wind sound blowing directly at it. Here's another time where it's out the sunroof. This is another time out the sunroof with the sun directly facing the camcorder. Now we're at the beach. Outside the window again. Like I said, we had it outside of the car quite a bit. This is at sunset, pointing the camera directly at the sun. I think the camcorder did a good job of capturing with it facing the sun. Simply just walking up the street. I think it did a good job of capturing colors and shadows, and I was happy with its performance that way. Just another environment. This is in San Diego. It's about 80-something degrees. Kind of hot, sandy environment. This is outside in Vegas, 100 degrees. Now we're inside, pointing through a glass window. Can't really tell. The camcorder did a good job. I always switch locations. This is Miami, 90 degrees, very humid. Again, we're outside. This is South Beach. Walking up South Beach, in and out outside of buildings. I think it did a good job of handling white balance as it walked in and outside of buildings. And actually looking from inside to outside of buildings, I'm very happy with the camcorder, how it handled the light situation and the color balance. It's very impressed with this camcorder in dealing with the light sources. This is in Key West, so simply looking at the sunset. This is looking out a window of a hotel room somewhere in Miami on a boat with the music playing, people talking. This is an aquarium with outside light, standing in a shaded area. I think it did a good job of dealing with the light. This is standing somewhere in a pier, looking back, clouded area, looking directly into the sun, over the ocean. And the camcorder did a really good job of capturing colors. And we're talking about the roller coaster. I have it in my hand, strapped to my wrist. So if I would slip out of my hand, it wouldn't go anywhere. I did get a little sick on these roller coasters, but I kept the camcorder pointing straight on this particular ride. And these are close-ups of, did a good job of close-ups. Happy with that. Then panoramic views. Did a really good job. Any sunset that I pointed at, I think it did a good job of capturing the sun and the textures. And then this is the only time that I can remember any outside dark lights and capturing the nighttime with the lights on. Some final thoughts about the camcorder after spending some time with it and editing the footage. I'm very happy with this camcorder. This would be a great addition for the students. One of the things that the GoPro does not have, and that is a flip-out monitor. The GoPro actually doesn't have a monitor, so this device gives the students an option to actually have a monitor. It can flip out like that or be tucked in on the side. And I think what they're looking for is the 4K capabilities. And the cost is about $270. It does take a special SD card because of the 4K. That's going to add a little bit of cost, and the card's going to have to be at a minimum 128 gigs. So there's going to be probably $50 to $75 cost for each of those SD cards, and the batteries, $50 to $70 on the batteries. We'll have to buy a bunch of those to have extra ones. But I'm sold on this camcorder after spending time with it. I obviously did research on it, and on paper I liked what I saw. But after working with it, with the editing software, and after actually having it in my hands and recording with it, I'm very pleased with this camcorder. This is something we should probably buy and put it in the hands of our students. I think we should go with something other than black, though. I've talked to some of our other staff members, and something like this is unusual looking when you put it on particular devices that hold it. We should probably, our fleet should be, there's an option to go all green, so it would look very much toy-like. So when we do buy this fleet, we should probably go with a whole green fleet of these particular camcorders rather than this black kind of looking camcorder. So that's one of my recommendations, that we buy the green version of this particular camcorder. And the other thing that is really nice, that all the GoPro accessories will work with this. And I've already bought some of this. We just have to buy one small adapter, and it works with all our GoPro devices to make it connect with all the GoPro accessories that we already have.